5 seconds to go. Start. A very eventful year has just passed. The common man has reaffirmed his belief in democratic values and restored our distinction as the largest living democracy in the world. On this occasion, each one of us has to ask ourselves in all humility whether we have followed the inspiring example set by the leaders of this ancient land. Have we comprehended the new national ethos and adequately responded to it? In this context, it is disappointing that the professional classes, as well as business and industry, have not shown sufficient evidence of their being prepared to accept their share of national responsibility. The future is unfolding itself. What are our immediate preoccupations and aspirations for the future? The coming elections to the state assemblies afford an occasion for all political parties to prove their dedication to democracy and cleanliness in public life. What is important is not the result but how it is achieved. The campaign must be conducted with dignity only on the basis of clear cut programs and policies. Once again, our voters will have the option of choosing not their masters but their servants. We must, in the past, prove ourselves a mature people pledged to the processes of democracy and the democratic way of life. Our people should be enabled to exercise their franchise without fear or hindrance. My government will guarantee this the basic birthright of every eligible voter. Let the free will of the people prevail, and all will be well, whatever the result. This is my firm belief. Many problems loom large on the horizon. We must face them with courage and self confidence. Some frustrated and desperate elements in our society today are determined to scuttle the principles of our democratic way of life and destroy the very fabric of our secular society. While every one of us is entitled to freedom of expression in appropriate forums, no one should be permitted to drag each and every issue to the streets, excite dormant passions, advocate disrespect for law and order, and incite violence. Such a policy of unwarranted confrontation, backed by provocative action on the slightest pretext, is a challenge we, as citizens of a free country, need to face with determination. Let not a few misguided and disgruntled sections of society imagine that they can hold the rest of us the law abiding citizen to ransom. This will not be allowed. The post emergency climate has been congenial for reconciling fundamental freedoms and open society with egalitarianism and social justice. This is the first Republic Day with which my 10-month-old government is associated. Let us not judge them hastily. Let us rather take note of what has been achieved. It has resorted to public life the essential attributes of a mature democracy. On the economic front, my government has sought to concretize the Gandhian concept of employment oriented rural development and to bridge the socio economic disparity between the urban and the rural areas. For the first time since independence, our political life is not dominated by one monolithic political party. Today, men of good conscience but with varying shades of political opinion are working together for the good of the nation. This is in itself a great achievement. Let us not isolate and exaggerate honest differences of opinion and unwittingly perhaps undermine the principles of collective responsibility on which good government is based. For once in our history, we stand united as a nation. India is one country and Indians are one people. Let no one underestimate our strength or take us for granted. Our continued progress on the agricultural front and our determination to reach the benefits of planned development to the rural areas and to the economically weaker sections of society will better the quality of life of millions of our countrymen. This requires resolute political will and determinate administrative action. To our sound and broad based scientific and technological achievements, which have been acknowledged all the world over, we have handsomely coupled research and development to take care of the future. Today, we are recognized as one of the 10 most industrially advanced nations in the world. India's very significant manpower contribution to the United Nations pool of technical and administrative talent and experience is matched only by our bilateral technical assistance programs to our friends in Africa, Southeast Asia, and West Asia. While we may take justifiable pride in these achievements, we must guard against complacency in thought and action. On the other hand, we must forge ahead with hard, dedicated work and the determination to succeed not only as individuals but as a nation. Our administration, relieved of its recent traumatic experience, is fortunate to have firm, dynamic political leadership. The younger generation who join the various services which compose the broad spectrum of the administration are idealistic, motivated, and have the capacity for hard work. Let us force out of these qualities a result oriented instrument to implement our plans for the future and to build the India of our dreams now onwards. Stop.